Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I wanted to do this video because every time I go to people's page, sorry, my voice is a little weird. So every time I go on people's page, I always see them talk about this topic and I'm like, okay. And it's always like somebody single that's never in a relationship. And I'm like, oh my God, that's not sending the right message. I want people to know this actually works. And of course, I'm bleeping everything out because I promised my husband that I would not curse on any of my channels. And this is my way of, being a good wife and also doing whatever the I want to do. Compromise, guys. Compromise. That's how marriage works. So, before we get started, the reason why I'm getting high is because of this. Like, every time I think about talking about these topics with people, I'm always high. And then when I'm high, I'm like, I don't want to get up and I have to set the lights up and then, put on makeup and do all this. And then to talk about this, it's like, oh my God. So I decided, it. I'm going to get high as I'm filming and talk about this stuff because then it'll just come in more smoothly also. So for me, this is like my personal experience with, finding my soulmate. So I remember about a couple months before I met my husband, I was like kind of like on this dating spree where I was just like, dating all these boys after boys, and it was just like these empty relationships. And honestly, I didn't really care because like I wasn't really one of those. I wasn't really the relationship type, but after a while, I just kind of got bored with the whole situation, and I was like, oh, all right, you know what? I need to find him. And I was like, all right. So I was listening to Abraham. And if you don't know who Abraham, you should check her out. Or him. I don't even know anymore. It's very interesting, like the stuff that she talks about. And it was talking about finding your significant other and your soulmate is not about, somebody, who completes you. You're supposed to be already whole and then just find somebody in that same vibration as you, and then you two come together and create your own universe. So when she was talking about all this kind of stuff, I was taking notes, and then she was also saying like, you need to imagine what kind of person that would be, like, think of the things that you think are important and envision that in a partner and manifest that person essentially. So one of the biggest things that I put on my list, like the number one thing I put on my list, I should say, is like, I wanted somebody who was into health. I wanted somebody who knew the importance of me, getting up from the bed, from cuddling, to being like, ugh, gotta go to the gym, or making it a priority for me and knowing that it's something that's important in my life and a very important aspect of my life. So that was the first thing that I looked for. Like, my husband is very supportive of my career. He understands that, we might just be laying up in the bed, but when it's time to go to the gym, it's time to go to the gym. And for him, it's the same. Like, going to the gym is something that he enjoys to do, and he knows the importance of exercise and, fitness and all that stuff. So that was one of the things that I had put on my list. There were other things, as far as personality traits, like, I wanted somebody that was caring, somebody that was loyal, somebody that was spiritual. That was a big thing. Like, not religious, spiritual, because and it reflects because my husband's a Pisces, and if you know anything about Pisces, they're like literally the most spiritual sign there is. They're literally out of this world. So it was one of the things that it mattered to me because I'm a very spiritual person. I'm also like an empath, so I was just like, no, like this needs to be those two things are important. So that was one of the things I imagined. And then anyways, aside from the imagining the thing, because people always tell you, oh yeah, you're supposed to imagine what he looks like. So I did do that. I did imagine what I wanted. I did the whole bucket list thing. Another thing that I noticed a lot of people talk about, and they're usually single, and I'm like, oh God, people are gonna think this shit doesn't work if like these people are not doing it. is like kind of like making the wish and just kind of like letting it go. So I imagined who I wanted and I just let it go. I just live my life. I went to a rave, and that's why I met my husband at a rave. When we met there, I wasn't thinking about meeting a husband. You don't think about meeting your husband at a rave. And like, you know, we met at a rave. I love music and dancing, all that stuff. So, you know, it's kind of easy. And, you know, we just kind of connected from there. So, like, they always tell you, like, you know, you imagine what he looks like, you put the wish out there, and then you let it go. So, it does work. It really does work. And I think every single thing I've ever manifested, it's always been like you think of what it is and then you just kind of let it go. Like, I've manifested a lot of things like that. You can't just hold on to the thought. You have to let it go and just live your life. Do what you need to go do. Go to work, go to school, whatever. Oh yeah, so I know a lot of people always talk about this whole thing where, like, you know, when you meet your soulmate, you feel nervousness or whatever. I don't know a lot of people that tell you the real truth is you're actually not supposed to feel nervous at all. Nervousness is a sign that that person is not sitting right with your soul. You're actually supposed to feel very calm. So I remember when I first met my husband, I was just, have you ever gone like from a long day of being out doing what you need to do, and then when you just get home, you're just like, oh, I'm home. Like, you know, you can relax. That's kind of like how I felt when I met him. I felt like I finally got home, if it makes sense. Like, I was just calm. Like, it wasn't this sweaty hands. It wasn't any of that this crazy excitement that a lot of people say they have. And I've only heard of like certain people actually say that this is how it's supposed to be. I mean, from my experience, that's how it is. I mean, I'm sure there's like 1,000 people out there that probably disagree with me. That's not a big deal. It is what it is. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Feel free to hit the like button and drop a comment below. And also because it feeds the algorithm. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.